Good night and welcome to another episode of Face to Face. And we have a special guest in the building who goes by the name of Dynasty. What's going on?
Chilling, brother. How are you?
Everything's great, baby. So let's get right to it. You have this big event next year in Africa, specifically in Ghana. Tell us more about it.
Oh, man. Where do I even start? It's basically an introduction. It's basically, 6 days of events. We took the entire resort. So basically, it's gonna be a juve. It's gonna be a rooftop party. It's gonna be an Afrobeats meets soca kind of event. There's a bunch of events. There's a bunch of artists that are signing on right now.
Yeah.
So at first, I really didn't want to do artists.
Yeah.
But the response, artist-wise, has been so crazy that we're not going to take artists there with us. Some of the top DJs in the world. We got Freeze International. Normally I take Close Connections, but those guys broke up, so...
Yeah.
DJ Spice is going to be there. Dooley and Ruli is going to be there. I got this big DJ from Toronto, DJ O'Shawn. He's going to be there. Let me see who else. DJ Blank from Barbados, from Only Champions. He's gonna be there.
Wow.
DJ 62 Phenom.
Oh wow.
You know him? Yeah. From the Bronx. He's gonna be there. So it's gonna be star-studded, man. And the good thing about it is that we included the Ghanaians in this. So it's not going to be just us coming in there and doing some stuff and leaving. It's the Canadians coming on board too, and they partying with us.
They're partying, okay.
So it's basically an introduction to where we're gonna go in the future with it. You know what I'm saying?
What made you decide to do this event in Ghana?
Well, for the first thing, the first soca convention I did was in Dominican Republic.
Okay.
And it was good. It was good. I got a lot of feedback from it that prompted me to really go in the different directions, meaning I did the Dominican Republic first, then I did Panama after, which Panama, if you know, a lot of the Caribbean people left their country and went to Panama to build a canal.
Okay.
So a lot of people in New York and across the tri-state area and in America, period, that left the Caribbean have never really met a lot of their parents, the grandparents that were in Panama, that when they got family there, never met.
Right.
So I said, you know what? Let's put it together where they can go there and kill two birds with one stone, because they don't want to go there just to go there. So if they're going there to see family, they could basically go see family, party at the same time, knock out two birds with one stone.
Oh.
That's the reason why I chose Panama
Smart.
And did that then. But this whole concept came from, I got tired of traveling and going to places and spending $2 and $3 and $4 and $5 grand. And when I'm done, I go back home and I'm like, yo, I ain't make no money while I was here. So how do I do a party in a place that I go to and make money where a trip becomes a free trip?
Yeah.
So now I can spin the globe and choose a place I want to go to.
Yeah.
And take my family there and go there and yet still make money while I'm there.
Right.
So I started picking places that I want to go to too. Like the Dominican Republic place I was wanting to go to, never really went. So I said, you know what? Let's do DR first.
Yeah.
Did DR. Now did Panama. Now Africa place I want to go to.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to go to. So why not make it a family deal and make it an event there that basically benefits the entire culture at the same time?
Okay, cool. What's the response you're getting so far?
Insane.
Insane?
I can tell you this. I expect it to be sold out. We are now February, 26th, 23rd, something like that? What's today's date?
It's like the 26th February.
Let's just say by March 15th, you probably see a sold out sign on this. At the rate we're going right now.
Wow.
You sold out in the pandemic. Believe that it's sold out.
Has an event ever been done like this in Africa before?
So when I put the fly out, a guy hit me up and he told me he did a kind of a carnival in Kumasi. There's two big cities in Ghana.
In Ghana,
there's
okay.
Accra, and there's Kumasi.
Okay.
They did a small version of it in Kumasi late last year, before the pandemic happened. So the direction is going in that direction, but what they did, and what I'm doing and going to do,
It's totally different.
completely different.
Wow. So you're a DJ and a promoter. You've been doing both. How long you been doing it for?
My first party.
It's way back.
Yeah, just trying to show my age now. My first party was April 21st,
Wow.
1998.
In the bass?
Nah, before the bass. Actually, so what happened was, at that time I was playing basketball for college ball,
Okay.
and I was still in the Marines at the time.
Okay.
So everybody's like, yo, every place you go, you know somebody. You should just do a party. So at the time, I was also doing some security work on the side. And
Yeah.
the owner was like, yo, why don't you just take a night? Everybody come here, keep asking for you. Just take a night. So I did a night at the club, and it was packed. When I say packed.
In Brooklyn?
Nah, this is in Queens.
Oh, Queens. Wow.
I did it in Queens at a place called Chantel's.
What is it now?
Chantel's is not even existing.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's on the corner of 225 and Merrick.
Okay.
So I did a party there, and the line, people couldn't even get in.
Yeah.
It was, that was how full it was. I had two DJs. A group called Bloodstain.
Yeah.
Bloodstain was a group, and I brought a DJ from Brooklyn called Dooley Unruly.
Okay.
So that was my two DJs for the night, and they turned it upside down. You know what I
Wow.
mean? So from 98 until now, I've been doing events.
Yeah. And as far as DJ now, you've been doing it for
I started DJing in 2010. 2010 is when I started, and I took it real serious in 2012.
right.
So you could basically say for about 9 years.
9 years now.
9 years, yeah.
A lot of soca and reggae artists have been suffering, financially, not suffering, but take a little hit because of the pandemic. What stories have they told you as far as like what's going on and how they're working around it and what are they trying to do?
Stories I've heard. Remember, I produce as well too. So
Yeah.
I'm also a producer. So a lot of artists have been relying on dub plates and cutting dubs money to basically suffice because there's no events to really do.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to risk spending big money on the artists right now when they can't have the crowds that would suffice paying these artists.
Right.
So a lot of them have been relying on dub plates, but in terms of they didn't plan for this. Nobody planned for
No one
this.
planned for this.
Across the board, nobody planned for this. So it's very, very hard on DJs and artists right now.
Yeah.
And it's not easy.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known some of the top names in the game that have been like, yo, this is crazy. Like, they don't even know how to, they were still, like now,
Yeah.
wrapping their heads around how did I get here?
So most of the artists, I know they had a lot of music for last year. They held on to it or they,
A lot of music, bro. When this is over with,
as soon as just
the
music just...
floodgates is going to be so. Me personally, I held back about 4 songs that I got to release.
Wow.
I have 4 songs. Funny thing is, sometimes when you finish a song late in a certain year, let's say crop over. If your songs are not done by April, it don't make sense putting it out like that. Because you figure most songs are released right after Trinidad Carnival. And you release 2 or 3 songs, and if they catch, you hold back the third one because this song is catching. Like, if this song is already taking momentum, you're not going to put the next song out.
Yeah.
That's how crop over is, I should say. So a lot of people don't put out songs late. Rick is a different animal. Rick could put out 10 songs, and 6 of them catch, and you're like, all right, cool, that's Rick.
Yeah.
But the average other artist is not going to do that.
Right.
So Edwin, too, he could do that and get away with it. But average other artists wouldn't. So for me, I finished one of my rhythms the year before in 2019.
Yeah.
And I've had a song with Edwin that I finished, but I was like, yo, Mr. Deal, Edwin on the same rhythm. So I said, let me hold it. When I finished it, at that time, I think the song was Spider with, I don't know what your face looked like, that rhythm,
Yeah.
the Big Yam rhythm, was already kicking. I was like, should I put this song out? And I realized SK, and then Rick dropped the one with the rhythm with him, SK, Mole. I don't get it with him. I was like, yo, this song is big.
Yeah.
Hey, don't mess up, but no, this song now when that out.
When that was out.
I held it back to release it last year.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened.
Yeah.
So I got that rhythm to release and 2 singles, and on top of that, I know artists that had songs that told me back then, like, yeah, I'm not putting nothing else because Rick and them gone clear with this one.
Yeah.
So you estimate, think of Barbados, think how many artists are in Barbados. Each of them got sitting on probably 2 songs from the year before.
That's what I'm trying to say. They have songs from last year and this year. So what do? You think they put everything out one year or just hold some back and just put them out piece by piece?
One thing about music that I know...
Because they'll be ahead a little bit if you look at it, if they do it the right way.
One thing that I know about music, bro, and that I've noticed is that certain songs, when you come to production,
yeah,
certain songs, like for instance, like a Modo last year. Modo had that you had the baile rhythm, you had the fuego rhythm, the dynamite, all those rhythms that came out in that they had a particular kind of production. Mm-hmm. You can hear the distinct songs, like different instruments in those that were carrying. So if you listen to most of the songs that came out after that, they sounded kind of similar. They had that production to them that you was like, yo, this is the song that everybody listening for right now. Right?
Right.
So even if you listen to the Adamo that's out right now, mm-hmm. that has a very, very similar song to the Me and Them rhythm that came out the year prior. So that particular song is thing. If you want to rhythm for too long, that particular, like, if you put out a song like the gutter rhythm right now, everybody's like, yo, it wouldn't sound popping as it did when it first came out.
Yeah.
So people don't want to hold on to songs for too long with them because they become kind of redundant or irrelevant.
Right.
So they're gonna release that.
They're gonna release it. Yeah.
So you got each artist in the Caribbean probably sitting on 3-4 songs right now. That's gonna drop one time. So you got to expect over 2,000 songs to drop in probably the first, once the coast is clear.
Yeah,
I give it 2-3 months. You're gonna need a whole new laptop just for this.
Bringing that up, do you see Carnival happening in 2022 or 2023 in terms of getting back to where it used to be?
I see 22.
22
because there's a lot of countries economically that rely on Carnival. I've said it from day one. Carnivals in the Caribbean wouldn't really survive on an economical note, until the foreigners really come in. They're the ones that inject the money that's needed in the country. They could do it.
Right.
Is it going to be financially viable? I don't think it's going to be that viable.
Yeah.
Because I take Barbados because I'm familiar with that particular country.
Right.
Right. But in Barbados was the average Bajan is going to say, well, I could afford this. So for crop over, I do it in 4 events. They would pick Party Pop for Color. They would pick probably Soak on the Hill. Mm-hmm. They're going to pick Juve. Mm-hmm. And they're going to pick Kadooment.
Yeah.
That's their 4 events for the year. And they ain't stressing their money to go beyond that. The New Yorkers and out of towners going to come in like, yo, to Monday, I'm going to Lush. Tuesday, going to Be Line. From Wednesday, I'm going to John Like a Skunk. They're going to pick 2 events a day for the entire week they're there, and they're going to buy them tickets in advance, and they're going to budget for those events.
Right.
So they basically, when you go to these events, you're seeing the same people that's from all over the world on these events. So they inject that money into stuff that Bajans would have normally paid for.
Right.
When you're talking about Limer's Cruise $150 a person, $150 a person, Bajans not doing that. You get me?
Yeah.
They ain't putting that. That's $300 Barbados money.
Right.
But when you're talking about a New Yorker, $125, I pay that. I drink all my wine. That's all I'm gonna do. And they can do that. They can turn and do Bliss right after that at $150 a person. Mm. You get what I'm trying to say? And that's basically what the one day and the next day. That's basically $300 US in 2 days.
So the average, the locals won't spend that much money, but the foreigners coming to crop for the Barbados to crop over will spend
it without a doubt.
Go to all the events.
They budgeted for it since last year.
Yeah.
So because they budgeted for it, they're gonna come and they're gonna enjoy it, and so if you do that same thing now without nobody flying in, you can have an empty boat. Nobody ain't going to Limer's and Barbados because they're going to be like, all right, well, if you do, you have probably two people the most, but you're not going to have the sold out event you normally have because of the other talents that are coming in. You get what I'm saying? Right. So if you go to Barbados and you realize, go to the events 2 weeks before crop over. Mm-hmm. And the foreigners don't really get there. The foreigners get in from the Sunday before Juve. Mm. If you have an event that Friday, you can see 90% Barbadians. Pop for Color and them, 90% Barbadians. Mm. Then you, from the Monday on,
Yeah.
you're gonna start seeing a whole bunch of foreigners coming in, and you're gonna see the events like, having a different shape altogether. And from that Monday on, it's packed. Before that, the pork limbs and stuff, you're seeing, all right, it's cool, vibe is nice, but nobody ain't really spending the money. Anything. From that Monday on, bar sell out. That's how it works.
So that's where they wait for the foreigners to come into town to make the real money.
Yep. That's where the money is.
Yeah. Besides the event that we have in Ghana, you have anything else brewing? Because you have something like the Uber Soca cruise, something similar. I think I saw it.
Right. So we have I'm a member of Soca on the Seas.
Soca on the Seas.
Right.
Okay.
I'm a member of Soca on the Seas now. So we have that April 3rd to April 10th, which is
Next year. Okay.
Correct. So cruise that's leaving Barbados is going to Trinidad, Tobago first. Trinidad, St. Vincent, Grenada, Dominica, and St. Lucia, and back to Barbados. 7-day cruise.
Nice.
We can do a party on damn near every island on the way, so we can stop each island, have a beach party, a Juve. Juve is in Grenada. Let's start there. Juve is going to be in Grenada.
Grenada, you know.
Yeah, gotta have that. So that's what we're doing.
Job posse.
Absolutely. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So that's basically, and the funny thing is, I got something even bigger than that coming right after that.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You got things lined up.
Yeah, I always sit down and I plan on my stuff. Because the logistics that goes along with certain things, you need to have teams in place and things worked out whereby by this time this got to be out.
Yeah.
By that time that got to be out. This got to be finalized. This got to be signed. That got to be signed. So if you're doing major stuff on that kind of level,
right,
you can't last minute say, today's February. I'm doing something in June, man. I put out a flyer now, but you don't have no venue, no this. It bugs my mind. People put flyers on venue to be announced, and they don't. You ask them, I don't find one by then.
Oh,
what?
That's kind of you're
bugging. You're bugging.
So you like to give yourself some time, some space to get things ready and organized and everything like that.
Absolutely.
So you realize we're doing this event in Ghana, you're gonna open up the doors for other promoters and DJs to come in and do other things as well, possibly. Has anyone else been hitting you up in terms of working with you? You'll keep that on the hush.
Oh, boy. Let's just say this.
It's getting interesting.
It's beyond interesting now. The names that have been on my phone over the last 4 or 5 days, I'm talking A-list names.
Yeah.
A-list. I'm talking Hot 97 mainstream rotation names.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, those are the ones that have been hitting me up. And I'm getting phone calls from people that I never thought would call my phone.
Yeah.
And
that probably didn't even know they had your number probably.
I don't know how they got my number. It's like they're calling my phone. And I'm all for it. It's about time. There's something about Africa that's just so different.
Yeah.
That's about time that everybody takes that trip there.
Yeah.
So I don't care if it takes me having to walk. I wouldn't say nah, I won't go that. I don't care if it takes me having to bring somebody that's very controversial to get people to go to Africa.
Yeah.
Because when you go there and you see what Africa has to offer, you won't want to leave.
Yeah.
It's one of those countries that people talk a lot about it.
Yeah.
But until you actually physically set foot on the soil and see what it's about, it's a different animal.
Different animal. That's what everyone is saying. I haven't been there yet. You beat me to it, Roderick.
Yeah. The funny thing about it is you was telling me about you wanted to go before.
Yeah.
You told me before you wanted to go, and I ended up going before you.
But when you told me that, too, a lot of people have told me that. They said when you go there, it's totally different. Changes your mind. And when you told me that, I was like, all right, it must be something that if everyone's saying the same thing about Africa.
I was expecting to be going there and real talk because all of we see on the TV with the people with flies on their face.
Yeah.
Everybody's so poor and this and that. And I was mind you, I've been in Dubai.
Yeah.
I know Dubai is part of Africa.
Yeah.
But I was expecting a lot more of poor people and a lot more of the, what do I say, infrastructure in disrepair. Like people still living inside the streets. I was
drinking dirty water, all that kind of crazy stuff.
I was expecting that.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm an ex-Marine, so for me, it's to see certain things is like, all right, cool. This is what it is. This is a way of life for them normally. You just gotta push through.
Yeah.
I was expecting that. When I saw how some of them are living better than us, and I'm saying 60% of them are living better than us. That blew my mind first. That's the first.
In Africa, so 60% of the people in Africa living better than us. Wow.
And Ghana has 50 million people. So do 60% of 50 million.
Yeah.
We're talking in the 27 to 30 million people that are living maybe 5-bedroom houses, in-ground pools, everything.
Wow.
And I say
they really living like kings and queens.
They living like
there.
kings for real.
Wow.
And I saw that, and I'm like, yo, and the togetherness of the country. They always show us this body, Boko Haram doing this, and this body doing that, and everybody. They always highlight the strife. They never highlight the positive.
Right.
And when you get there and you see how the family unit works together and stuff like that, it's a different ball game. You know how here you always hear people will never come together. Black people, it's not in their DNA. It's not possible.
Yeah, black people don't stick together.
They're gonna fight one another.
Yeah.
When you see how they are, you 100% know, 1,000% know it's possible because they're doing it.
They're doing it. Yeah.
They're doing it. So what's the difference between them and us that we can't do what they do? If we do what they do here, this country would be completely different.
You're right.
Completely.
I never thought about it like that. Yeah.
So what happens is that's one of the reasons why I'm happy for this trip, because I know the group that I'm taking. Yeah. They're gonna come back and bring more. It's like each one teach one. Yeah. So when you go and you come back, y'all go back, and I'm bringing about 5 more with me, and they go back. That now starts the real conversation, the exodus back there, because for some reason, I get the feeling that the rest of the world does not want everybody to know what Africa has to offer.
Yeah, and I'm surprised because, with soca, Afro soca, I'm surprised no one hasn't gone over there and tried to do an event over there, or at least made an attempt. Well, not that I know of, but...
you can't just walk in.
You just can't walk in, right?
Just walk in and do it like that. So everybody's asking me, how did you do it? Yeah. I don't know.
Leave it at that, right? But before we go, let everyone know how they can be a part of this big event. Like, let people know how they can reach you, contact you, all that good stuff,
Yeah, my number has been the same from since 1998 until now, believe it or not. That's when you know you're doing good business. Yeah. My phone number is 347-683-8236. Yeah. It's there and every flyer Dynasty has put out since the beginning until now. It's not going to change. Yeah. But the website is socainvasionweekend.com. Okay. All right. The Instagram is Soca Invasion. Yeah. So basically, there's a team of us that deals with the stuff on there. But if you, I'm going to see it first. I'm the one that,
Are you a part of the Weekenders? There's like a crew called the Weekenders. Is it the same thing or different?
There's a crew from London that I actually work with. It's called Soca Weekender. Right. Okay. Right, which is a team out of the UK, out of London. Okay. It's funny because Soca Invasion kind of came about because of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. I was working with them. We did a couple weekends together. And while we was actually in Dubai, some ladies that I rented half of an A380. I told you about this. Yeah. And I took about 300 people, including Major Hype, to Dubai. Wow. Right. So while I was there, the group that was there, everybody was like, hey, right, you realize that everybody here is damn near yours. You need to do this by yourself. And DJs was with me, was like, yo, you need to do this by yourself, bro. This is not making any sense. Like, you bring in all these people half around the world, they following you. They're not following, but they're following you. Yeah. If you can do it for them, why not do it for yourself? Right, right. So on the plane back from Dubai, everybody was in the plane. The air hostess I was like, I need some time to myself to think. She said, you want to go upstairs? I said, sure. I was sitting and sat down, and I was upstairs. I'm like, if I could take 10 people from New York to Dubai, and I don't know anybody in Dubai, I could take 250 someplace else, and they're gonna follow me regardless wherever I go. So why not do it? Right. And that's when I came back. By the time I hit New York, that was May 8th. by the 15th, I had put a flyer out for DR, Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Because I had a friend from Dominican Republic that I already knew that was down there. So I said, you know what? They hit him up. Because me, Carlos Bouger from the Bulls.
Yeah.
We was in the DR.
Carlos Boozer back then, yeah, from the Bulls.
Me, him, and my boy Marvin was in Dubai. It was in DR a couple months prior.
Yeah.
So because we were there, and we met this guy who was down there. He was like, "Yo, if you understand, I'm a manager at this hotel." I was like, "Oh yeah." I hit him up and I was like, "Yo, listen, I can do this thing." He said, "I sent you the videos now." So the videos, I was like, "I'm putting this fly out now." He was like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." Put a fly out, and I went to Dubai. Went to DR about 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
And that's how Soaking Vision Weekend started.
Oh, nice.
But so yeah. I was saying, you know what? They do the European side.
Yeah.
I do the Caribbean side.
The Caribbean side, yeah.
And it just happened now that they started to cross over.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. So if you were finished telling people how they could reach you.
Yeah. So
how you can be a part of it if they're interested in, cause I see you have different packages. It starts at what, like is it $200?
400.
Oh, wow.
That's the events only package. In case, some people got their own timeshare that they want to travel, because a lot of people haven't traveled in 2 years.
Yeah.
So they're sitting on a whole bunch of vacation right now.
Vacation time.
So they're rolling it over, and they want to use that timeshare. So they use that timeshare, and they don't want to pay for our accommodation, which I suggest you use accommodation, because Ghana, picture 50 million people, traffic. I can tell you what I know. And
traffic is crazy over there.
I will never complain about New York City traffic ever again.
Is that bad in Ghana?
Traffic on the Van Wyck at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon, is light work compared to the traffic you see in Ghana.
Wow.
You hear what I said to you?
Yeah.
That is me being as straight and as frank as possible. You can leave home to go 10 minutes away for a 3-hour event.
Yeah.
And if you leave at the wrong time, you will miss that entire event. 10 minutes away.
10 minutes away.
10 minutes away. You better off walking to that event.
So what, they don't have traffic signs or something like that?
They got traffic signs, but it's just so many. They have this, who gets their first mentality of driving at a roundabout. I have a video, I want to post it so bad, but it's crazy. You got, picture a roundabout as me, you got 4 cars entering the roundabout at the same point at the same time. It's whoever knows go through first. That kind of mentality. So when you see these cab drivers driving in New York and they cutting you off and stuff, that's what they used to.
Oh, that's why you see these asking trout, these yellow taxi guys.
They don't.
They get it from that mentality over there.
They get it from over there.
Oh,
that traffic is stupid. So if you pick the wrong hotel, and you remember, Ghana is a very big place.
Yeah,
you could be on the other side of town.
Yeah,
and you got to get from that side of town to the parties and back home all the time. So, but if you want to do that, you want to brave the Ghana thing, the problem, that package is $400.
Okay.
That includes all the events.
The wristband, you got a wristband for all the events?
You get a wristband for all the events. That includes all the events, your tours, and transport from our resort to like the beach parties, the breakfast parties, the Juve at the beach. You get to board the bus. You get drinks on the bus, and you go to the events.
So everyone's bound to have a good time there.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
So that's if you want the thing package. Then there's a single room package which is already sold out. The single rooms, which basically is for one single person in the room. Mm-hmm. You're in that room by yourself, and you get breakfast. You get access to all the events, transport back and forth. Pick up from the airport, drop up, transfer back to the airport too.
Wow,
that's $1,283.
$1,283, okay.
1,283. All right, all you gotta do is look for your flight.
Yeah,
your flight and basically food and alcohol money. That's
it. Yeah.
Right. If there's 2 people in the room, that package is sold. Actually, it's sold out, but somebody upgraded today, so I have one of those available now. Upgraded to a 2-bedroom today, right? But then there's the 2 people in the room, the double occupancy package, which is $1,175 per person, right?
Yeah.
2 people in the room, same thing.
Yeah.
Then there's 3 people in the room, which is $1,075.
Yeah.
So for $1,075, you get to all the events and all that. So that's basically the packages. So it's single occupancy, double occupancy, triple occupancy. So you can book your packages on, once again, www.SocaInvasionWeekend.com.
All right, Dynasty, it was a pleasure having you on the show, bro.
Always a pleasure speaking to you, my brother. Always a pleasure.
All right, this wraps up another episode of Face to Face. Yours truly, Nessa Can. Take care and God bless.